Our last review of the day is going to be for the film Disclosure Day. Disclosure Day is directed by Steven Spielberg. You know, people know Steven Spielberg, iconic, legendary, one of the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
living
yeah,
directors.
we got a lot of new coming directors, and this Spielberg guy, I think he might be going somewhere.
Yeah, he might be going places, man. A little, director of such movies as Jaws and Indiana Jones and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah, amazing stuff there. Amazing track record with a lot of the movies he's done. He's got a new movie out right now. It's been 4 years since he did his last movie. He did his movie The Fablemans, which came out in
Mhm,
2022. And in this movie, the Disclosure Day here, you have a situation here. Okay, is it kind of a spoiler to say that
mhm.
there's aliens? That's not really a
I mean,
spoiler.
I think it's kind of like clear in the trailer
Okay.
because it's like, yeah, they're aliens, and this is a whole plot to like, uh, you know, expose the conspiracy to hide the aliens to the public.
Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of what you got going on here. And then you have a situation where there's like this resistance group there that's trying to help bring out the aliens to the public. There's also this shadowy government organization there that's run by, from what we see, Colin Firth's character there, who's trying to stop this the resistance group, which is led by Coleman Domingo, who's also aided by Josh O'Connell. And we also see Emily Blunt also come to play, who plays a weather woman there in
Mhm,
Kansas City, who there's been strange things happening with her, and then
mhm,
that possibly she has a connection to the aliens in some way, um, and what she can do, and like her kind of importance in the story, and importance to kind of all what's kind of
mhm,
going on there. So that's kind of the setup you have here. And then in this world of Disclosure Day, we also are told that the kind of the whole world in this is on the brink of WW3, basically World War
mhm.
III, where countries about to fire missiles and nukes at each other. People are freaking out. People are running to go get gas and stock up, and it's like an apocalyptic type situation. Yeah. So, Nick, what are your thoughts, man, on Disclosure Day?
Yeah, Steven Spielberg, for as long and storied a career as he has had, and for my money, one of the greats as far as like visual storytellers go. Every now and then, we kind of forget how great he really is, and some of the visual storytelling he gets in this, some of the camera tricks that he has. It is Spielberg constantly finding new tricks, like 40 years into his filmmaking career, and it really goes to show how kind of special a filmmaker Spielberg can be. My issues with this movie, a lot of it lies in the script by David Koepp, who's worked with Spielberg on a lot of his projects. He wrote Jurassic Park for him. He wrote The Lost World, War of the Worlds, Disclosure Day, and also wrote some of the Mission Impossible films and some of the Spider-Man films as well. And just recently, um, had a bunch of projects in the last couple of years. Let me look up some of
A
them.
Black Bag? Didn't he write
Yeah.
Black Bag
Yeah,
too?
he wrote Black Bag, he wrote Presents last year, he wrote Kimi, which all 3 movies that I really love. But I feel like the movie, it kind of has this, like, cold, clinical feeling to it around the whole central mystery of this conspiracy that Josh O'Connor and Emily Blunt, who eventually gets uh, thrown into it, that they're trying to uncover. But there's just, like, an emotional core to it that I feel like is missing from this script.
Mm. So, along with the whole discovery of, them trying to bring aliens to the public, it's
Mhm,
also the movie tries to bring in like a philosophical, moral kind of thing, question of, okay, if human beings learn about the existence of aliens,
mhm,
what would that do to religion? Like, how would religious, people contend with that? And I think that's part of the reason why the shadow government agency also wants to stop that. It's because, like, well, if people learn about the existence of aliens, and it's going to upheave everything they know, and it's
mhm.
going to cause even more of a bigger disaster amongst public sentiment and everything like that. And I don't know. I just feel like that's not really that big of a philosophical question. I feel like, that
Mhm.
wouldn't be like that big of a challenge for
Yeah,
people to really get.
yeah,
Yeah.
even in the movie, it's like this it's set up to be this like big moral question that one of the characters has to go through, but it's solved in basically a line.
Yeah. I just I just really think that, like, if I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know, maybe, I'm just
Mhm,
thinking, like, if aliens really came down, if little ET, came down on
mhm.
his spaceship in there, I think feel like most people go like, "Okay, is he gonna help with the gas prices? Like, gas still $6. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is he really gonna do here? Is
Like,
my
brother,
rent
okay, cool, aliens exist. Yeah, rent's due on the first.
my rent's still like $2,000. Like, is ET gonna help with that? Is he gonna help bring down the
Okay,
rent? Like, what's up,
what the
man?"
fuck is Roger from Family Guy gonna do about inflation?
Yeah, like, and especially, like, in this world right now, you have, you know, in the movie, like,
Mhm,
there, like I said, everybody's on the brink of, like, World War III and missiles and everything like that going on. So that's also incredibly stressful, and it just seems like what Steven Spielberg is trying to say is like, okay, if we know that we're not the only little things on the on the universe, then we're gonna see the bigger picture, that it's not all about us, and it's not
mhm.
all about, and it's gonna bring humanity together. And I'm like, I mean, humans can't even care about each other. So what the fuck makes you think that it's gonna help
Yeah, that
bring about something they learned about last week or something?
yeah,
Like,
it's a movie that I think wants to be kind of a hope core film about that, hey, if we, just realize that the world is a lot bigger than just us, maybe we can, come together. But the movie doesn't really address that at all. The movie doesn't really delve into the ramifications of what this revelation being made public would be.
it feels
All of it is done in just like lip service and like the very ending of the movie, which kind of just gets to this like big emotional climax, and you're like, okay, this is where the real intrigue of this story can come through, and the movie just ends.
mm. It just ends at kind of one of the more interesting parts of it, like you just said, of like, okay, what would be the fallout from it? And this
Mhm,
movie's like, I think it's 2 hours and 20 something minutes, so it's already kind of long there, and but yeah, it kind of just shuts off at like when it kind of is trying to
mhm,
attempt to answer the question of what would be it, and it kind of just shuts off right there. Like, I feel like the beginning of the movie feels like you're dropped off 20 minutes into the movie, and
mhm.
then when the movie ends, it feels like there's still maybe 20 to 30 minutes left of the movie, of that kind of going on. That's what I kind of feel like. And I think what really helps this movie is you do have really good actors in it. You got a great
Mhm,
cast. You got Emily Blunt, you got Josh O'Connor, you got Coleman Domingo, Colin Firth, like, all very good actors in this that I think help really elevate the material that is kind of, to me, very kind of weak script wise. And then to me, it's weak script wise because so you have Emily Blunt's character who, like I said, she kind of, I don't want to say too much, but she kind of has these abilities in it that
mhm.
become unlocked.
Yeah.
How does it become unlocked? How
Mhm.
can she all of a sudden use these abilities? There's like this little, like, kind of alien piece of technology doohickey thing. All of a sudden, she just knows what to do with it. What, how it just feels like, okay, we're putting it in here because either it's lazy writing or we just don't know how to get out of a certain scenario. So we're gonna have a character be able to do things just
Mhm.
because. I mean, would you kind of feel like that?
Yeah, it's on one hand, this could have worked, in especially when we get the reveal of what the reason behind her like new powers are. Because if I could explain it for the audience, she's kind of like Raven from Teen Titans, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But
Um,
all of it is, none of it has any like emotional weight. Everything that she does kind of has like this air of coldness to it, where we should be feeling like some sense of wonder at her like new abilities, or like fear of discovering like, wait, I can do this shit, and just doing it like instinctually, just knowing what to say to people, knowing what to say in certain situations, and kind of have a little bit of shock. But the movie moves so fast, which is kind of nuts for how long it is, that we don't get time to like sit in this.
yeah, it's not like I wanted the movie to spoon feed me things,
Mhm,
but it's like I feel like you should still leave breadcrumbs enough to piece it together of why these things are happening or what's kind of
mhm.
going on there. And I don't think the movie really does that enough in it, with that. And yeah, I mean, we'd have to do kind of more of a spoiler talk to get
Mhm,
into all the kind of issues there with kind of what she does and her abilities and all that, and the way kind of Josh O'Connor kind of works into things and kind of how he can do stuff. But yeah, I think that was kind of a big problem with it. And overall, I just kind of really wasn't that interested in the story that Spielberg
mhm,
was telling this time around, I think, with this movie. And kind of what was going on there. And he's known for, like I say, he's done this alien type of
mhm,
stuff. I mean, E.T., of course, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, all classic films,
mhm.
an aspect of that. But yeah, this one I'm kind of mixed on with
Yeah.
that there. How do you feel? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I feel about this too. And I've kind of loved the late stage Spielberg, like what he's done with films like West Side Story, and I adored The Fablemans. But with this, it kind of felt like it felt like it was missing what the emotional core of this movie was supposed to be going into shooting.
Mm,
And ultimately, as intrigued as I am by this film visually, a lot of the visual stuff that Spielberg is doing, a lot of the camera tricks that he does, ultimately, I just didn't care because of the script.
mm, yeah.
It's like this stuff is happening, but I'm not emotionally invested in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, they're trying to bring in like their religious aspect. I mean, I don't think that's all that interesting, and that's not really
Mhm,
that I don't think really poignant there. Um, for me, I mean, and like I said, I don't think Spielberg is washed. I mean, like I said, I like The
mhm,
Fablemans, I like West Side Story.
mhm,
I know those movies didn't do that well in the box office, but I did like those movies, and I thought they were very good. So I think it's just, I mean, sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss.
mhm,
I think got a better hit track record in his later career than maybe like Ridley Scott. I think
mhm.
with that, but for me, I just kind of give this a. Hmm, I'd go stream it for me.
Yeah, there's enough here, I think, visually to warrant, at least to stream it, like, especially in, one of the scenes where we get Colin Firth, using telepathy with one of the characters. That's the best scene in the movie, and I wish we kind of got to play more with that aspect of it.
Mm, yeah,
But
and
as far as the rest of it, visually, I feel like this is kind of Spielberg at his best, but story-wise, there's not enough here to care about characters emotionally that I'm just kind of watching this, and it's sucks to say this as a huge fan of Steven Spielberg, but this is kind of like a background noise movie.
gee, background noise. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It was funny when Emily Blunt, like when she would like, you could tell when she was like kind of accessing her powers.
Hmm.
She would like tilt her head down, her eyes would get big, and her mouth would be open. So that's how you know, like, oh, she's tapping into, she got the touch. She's tapping into the gift there.
You got the touch.
Man, but yeah. So that was yeah. So that was kind of funny there. But that was our thoughts there on
Mhm.
good old Disclosure Day. I give it a stream it. You give it did you give it a stream it too? Just
Yeah, yeah, I give it a stream it. There's enough here that I think it warrants at least watching it once. And on top of that, you also have John Williams doing the score of this, and he's always showing out.
mm. Yeah. I don't really remember the score too much from the movie. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe I gotta watch it again. But it just seemed kinda like
You don't
background
got to.
I mean, yeah, background noise kinda just seems like that. Just kinda like, I don't know, something put on the background maybe, while you're doing something, this John Williams score for Disclosure Day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, 2 streamings for Disclosure Day.